Hey guys, what's going on? Nate Jackson, Guerrilla Sports. Welcome to Dumb Jock. Another episode. Big week. Kansas City Chiefs, Denver Broncos. Chiefs are 8-0. Broncos are going to Kansas City to try to get a win. We have a very special show. We got a guy coming on. He's a Chiefs fan and he thinks he's funny. And I'm going to tell him what's really going on in this rivalry. We're going to go tit for tat in a little bit. But before we get into that, I want to talk about something that we've all been experiencing. Now, I know they say stick to sports. Keep politics out of sports. But how? How can we lately, with everything that's been going on, that we've all been experiencing together? Election season is finally, mercifully over. That's right. Used to be that before TV and radio was around, maybe you got a pamphlet in the mail or you went to a town hall meeting, or once radio came around, you heard something on the radio, and then when TV was invented, you saw a few debates, maybe a few commercials, and then you just turned the TV off and went about your lives. You went out into the real world and did your thing, and then when election day came, you voted, then you went back to work. But now, because of these things, there's no end to the intrusion. Every time you open this, bam, bam, another dart, relentless, ceaseless, targeted ads, memes, videos, commentaries, ripping deep into our psyches and creating a well of emotional confusion about who these people are and why they matter. Yeah, the internet is evil for a lot of reasons. One, because it makes you choose. There are no neutral parties anymore. You either think Antonio Brown making gay jokes about Tim Walz is funny, or you don't. You either think Eminem is cool for endorsing Kamala Harris, or you think he's a sellout, and now you hate his music. I never liked him anyway. And you either think Nick Bosa throwing on the MAGA hat, then bombing the post-game interview is badass, or you think he's a tool for it. There is no middle ground on these. We sit alone in a room, absorbing these brain bullets, and then we must choose, which side am I on? Click. Then we get pushed into different corners and told we're in a fight. But who are we fighting anyway? The person online who liked something I didn't? Who are these people I hate? And where are these folks I agree with? These things make sure I'll never know because they aren't meant for real life. There's no like button in the real world. There's no retweeting a friendship, no algorithm to your relationship with your children. In real life, we're all here together. And though we may disagree about a lot of shit, the more we're around each other, the more we realize that we have in common. And this is why sports is such a blessing. Sports doesn't matter what you believe. It matters what happens. What's the score? How did you perform? What did you do? Don't tell me who you are. Show me. No one gives a shit what you believe. Let's play ball. That's why everyone hated, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people hated what Colin Kaepernick did, even though it may have come from a genuine place and was a good message, although I have my suspicions that it was more opportunistic for Colin than he let on. He said afterwards he still wanted to play ball, but he knew exactly what he was doing. When they start burning your jerseys in every city, you may be more of a distraction than ownership cares to deal with. Remember Michael Sam, the first openly gay player? How did that work out for Michael? It's fine if you're gay, lots of gay players in the NFL, but once you start using your platform to bring attention to your cause and not your team, your days are numbered. The same shit has happened with one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers. His teammates love him because he's all about ball when he's at the facility, but he can't help talking politics. And for that, some fans and media hate him because it makes them conflicted about the team and the sport they love. In sports, you're supposed to check your politics at the door. Mike Shanahan, former coach for the Broncos and my coach, understood this perfectly. He had a policy that we couldn't use our platforms at work to discuss politics, religions, or business. It was football. That's what put the butts in the stands. For example, when you're at a game, cheering for the Broncos or whatever team you love, wearing your team colors and rooting for your team, packing the stadium, when your team scores a touchdown and everyone stands up and high-fives each other, you think anyone cares who you voted for? Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Wait, are you a Democrat? Hell no. Because football is bigger than that. It always has been. That's why we love it. 16 years ago, I was a member of the Denver Broncos during another intense election season. The young senator from Chicago, Barack Obama, was surging through the Democratic primary and into the general election. It was a historic time and was met with great resistance from the Republican Party, from people who weren't quite ready for a black man to be president, from people who just didn't like his brand of politics. Look, an NFL locker room is very diverse, not just racially, socioeconomically, religiously, geographically, sexually, you name it. Guys from every corner of the country are thrown together on one team. They share a locker room. They share showers, the meal room, bathrooms, buses, meeting rooms, and ultimately the playing field. Cooperating out of an alignment with the same goal, winning football games. The only thing I knew I had in common with my teammates for sure was that we were all good at football. We were all chasing our dreams together. We wanted to be the best we could. That was it. We'd go out on the field every day and kick the shit out of each other, pushing ourselves to the wall, bleeding, sweating, working, getting knocked on our asses, and helping each other back up. Not one time when I was extending a hand to my brother who'd just been knocked on his butt did I think about who he might be voting for in a few weeks or what kind of hat he might have in his locker. Now, that didn't mean we didn't talk about it. Oh, we talked about it a lot. That year, 2008, was ripe with locker room discussions, heated arguments after the debates on TV, dudes letting it be known exactly where they stood. Voices were raised. Passions were stirred. We cared about what was going on to our country. But then we went out on that field together. Helmet in hand, cleats strapped up, and all that stuff disappeared. Because no matter how connected we were to a political movement or how much we cared about one of these candidates, the fact was we cared about each other more. Even the dudes we were arguing with, even the dudes we disagreed with about everything but this one thing, football, which mattered more than everything else. Because in this game, when we step out on that field together, I need you and you need me. I know I can trust you, and you know you can trust me. And that trust that you create in sports is a beautiful thing. And it's bigger than all this stuff we've been dealing with. The day after Barack Obama won the presidential election, November 6th, 2008, we played a Thursday night game in Cleveland on national TV against the backdrop of a historic election that divided a nation, an election that many said would be the end of democracy. The game of football suggested otherwise. A bunch of black dudes and white dudes, Democrats, Republicans, Southerners, West Coasters, East Coasters, private school kids, public school kids, went on the field together and played together. It didn't matter who we voted for, because once our feet hit the grass, we had each other's backs. We were a team. We had a game to win, after all, and win it we did. 34-30 in front of the country. The scene in the locker room was jubilation. A nation may have been divided out there, but in here, guys, we're one. That's the power of football. I don't care what you think. I need you here right now because we are on the same team. And that's the only way we can truly do something special, something like beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 8-0. And to have this discussion about how the Broncos are going to beat the stupid freaking Chiefs, I've got my buddy Scott Shaffer joining us today, and we are going to do a little bustin' balls.
With a Z, bustin' balls.
Bustin' balls. Now, we've got 7 topics here, and we're going to put them in here, and we're going to draw them out of this hat, and then we're going to make fun of each other.
Yep.
How does that sound, Scott?
Sounds great.
All right. Now, Scott, real briefly, tell us about why you're a Chiefs fan, right?
I'm a Chiefs fan.
How did that happen? How did you get so unlucky in life?
Well, grew up in small town in Kansas.
Oh.
Yeah. We had to root for them early and often because they needed our help early and often.
Right.
But then we stole Joe Montana from your 49ers.
That's right.
And we've just been on the upper, on a fast track to Super Bowl greatness ever since, really. It just took a little bit longer than we thought.
Is the Wizard of Oz big in Kansas?
It's the biggest thing ever. There's a bunch. I hate to admit this. There's so many towns with like a yellow brick road.
Really?
Yeah.
Does your town have one?
We don't, but a town in my league that we played had one. It was all down their main street. Sedan, Kansas, shout out.
All right, well, let's start this thing off. How about you go first? Why don't you grab one out, and then why don't you make fun of the Broncos if you have anything?
We got quarterbacks.
Ho!
Quarterback. I know your quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Yeah, tell me about Bo.
Bo Nix looks like Ivan Drago before he took steroids.
Well, I mean, probably, there's not a lot you can say about Patrick Mahomes, except he sounds like Kermit the Frog. Come on, my ankle, guys. I'll be okay. Why does he do this all the time? What is he fingering? What is he doing?
I've never heard that before about his voice.
Oh, you haven't? How about this? Do you think he's the greatest of all time?
Yes.
He's not even the greatest Chiefs quarterback of all time. You just mentioned Joe Montana.
I bet you got some stats, don't you?
Joe Montana's 4 for 4 in Super Bowls. How about Patrick Mahomes?
He's lost one.
He lost in the Super Bowl. Has he thrown any interceptions in the Super Bowl? Because Joe Montana hasn't.
I want to say no, but you're probably going to fact check me. I think he has.
Oh, he definitely has.
Yeah.
He definitely has.
Yeah.
You know what? And he's not even in the top 10 in passing this year. Is he even really that good? Dude, my ankle hurts, dude.
I mean, ankles are they're tender.
They are tender.
But also, who did Joe Montana play? Boomer Esiason?
Oh, who did Patrick Mahomes play?
Tom Brady. That's how he lost.
Patrick Mahomes took over a team that was already really good.
Yeah.
I mean, but Joe Montana took over a team that was really, really bad.
If your modern day Niners could get a quarterback, we just keep beating those scrubs
Brock
you guys
Purdy?
have. Yeah.
That's
Mr. Irrelevant.
Ah, darn it. All right, let's go with another one. Team mascot. So what is your team mascot anyway? Because I see mascot. You see the Kansas City Chiefs. Apparently Lamar Hunt, who brought the Chiefs over. They were the Texans, right?
From Dallas.
And then just named them the Chiefs because they called him Chief.
Sure.
And then but then your mascot is a wolf.
Yeah.
Right. What is that? What is it all about? Because the Broncos are very clear. It's a wild stallion that roams the prairies.
So clever. I'm sure you had like a vote, the fans.
Your owner named it after his own nickname.
He's had an ego. He had like $80,000 in 1964, which was like $5 billion today.
And just like Pat Bowlen.
Yeah.
Who bought the Broncos and pulled him up by his bootstraps,
That's
man?
right.
What the
You call him
heck?
Chief, that's fine.
All right.
What's wrong with your team mascot?
Yeah, you don't even know our team mascot, bro. You had some jokes for it written on your phone, dude.
Actually, I don't know if I do. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, what is it, Thunder? Is that the name of your Broncos guy, Thunder?
Yeah.
First of all, he looks like John Elway, so that's good, I guess. That helps out. But then also, a little known fact that you guys might not know. Did you know that Casey Wolf is in the Mascot Hall of Fame? Okay?
Is that right?
That's right.
How do you get to be in the Mascot Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I don't even know where it's at. I wonder if there's a mascot for the Mascot Hall of Fame. That'd be fun. But there's only one Denver mascot in the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Well, if that's your claim to fame, you suck as an organization.
Sure.
All right, let's keep this party going.
Super Bowl champions, no big deal.
Well, back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Oh, yeah, dude. Who cares about the Super Bowl? Go.
Fans!
Yeah.
Ready to make fun of you guys.
How about I'll make fun of you?
Yeah, you make fun of me first.
Yeah, why don't you look at your phone? Because I don't have to look at my phone to understand the Chiefs fans are lame, all right? They call themselves the Red Coaters. Yeah, the Red Coaters.
And we don't.
Look it up on the website. They call yourselves the Red Coaters. And I wonder, and everyone in the stands is wearing red.
Right.
And I just wonder, is that to hide the barbecue sauce or cover up the bloodstains of the natives? Because all I see is a bunch of colonizers yelling at me when I'm down there.
I like when a Denver Bronco guy, a man who lives in Bronco land, is going to crack on me for the Native American thing when every white guy in this city calls himself a native. That's just ridiculous. Also, not one of your fans, not a single one of them, is a multi-platinum recording artist who's worth $1 billion and dates the greatest tight end ever. That's just nuts. Not one of you guys are.
Well, if they break up, then she might be, because then she'd be dating Bo Nix.
I hope she buys the
She breaks up with a lot of people.
I hope she buys the Denver Broncos and then just gets rid of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, well, no, she doesn't care about football. She doesn't care about the Chiefs.
Nope.
She only cares about selling more records, all right? And that's why she's doing what she's doing. All right,
Swifties
next
are
one.
kinda coming after us.
Coach, Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Andy Reid. Andy Reid, have you seen those Coke bottle glasses? More like Andy book on tape, am I right? What is he reading? He's got the play sheet right there. Andy Reid has been a coach in the NFL for 33 years.
Yeah.
He's been an NFL head coach for 26 years. Get a life, am I right, Andy Reid? Jesus Christ.
a
Football
loser.
much? Do you know this guy hit puberty at the age of 8?
Whoa.
And then he won a punt, pass, and kick
saw
competition.
that.
You've seen that,
I've seen
right?
that. Great.
That was his claim to fame as an athlete. Seems like a great coach. Seems like a great guy. Just don't get in the car with his son. I think that's the lesson there.
I mean, noted. Well, the thing about your head coach is, how embarrassing is it that they make a movie about him and they use Kevin James as the actor to portray Sean Payton? Like, that's just insane. It's just one of those things where...
Well, who would portray Andy Reid?
Denzel Washington.
John
Denzel
Candy.
Washington.
John Candy.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah,
Another
I know.
Niners guy.
I know.
No, I think...
It'd be the dude who was Dennis Blunden on Head of the Class. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's a creep.
No, I think like the... what was the movie? Home Team. Was that the movie?
Yeah.
It's called Home Team, which has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is Sean Payton's winning percentage with the Broncos, I think.
Wow. All right, we're going to see at, we're going to see at Geehaw Stadium. Geehaw Field. Now, never mind that at first it was named Arrowhead. Lamar Hunt pulled that out of his ass, too, after naming him the Chiefs, and then put an arrow head on the mascot. You know, the KC there was modeled after the SF and the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, people steal all the time.
Yeah, well, not that blatantly, because that's not creative at all. Who do the Broncos steal from? Nobody, okay? Nobody, okay? So the Arrowhead Stadium, which I'll admit is a difficult place to play.
Sure.
I played there a bunch of times, and it's very loud.
Yeah.
Like I said, a bunch of people with blood stains on their
Sure.
on their
It's
shirts up
mostly
in the
barbecue
stands
sauce.
yelling at you, barbecue sauce.
It's an easy place to get hammered. I've done it.
Is it?
It's easy.
Where have you not been hammered, Scott?
Good point. I'm hammered right now.
That place was like never louder than when Dante Hall returned that punt, like a 95-yarder. Do you remember that?
Give it up. Yep.
Yeah, Dante Hall. I know we're supposed to be roasting each other, but that was one of the best moments, I imagine, in Chiefs
Oh, absolutely.
stadium
He
history.
went on Letterman for that.
Yeah, it was insane, and there was like 5 blocks in the backs that weren't called there, but
Rules, schmools.
pretty loud. Arrowhead, and then the old Indianapolis Colts stadium was
okay.
like the loudest that I have ever been around.
That was indoor, right?
Yeah,
That
it
big
was
RCA
indoors.
dome
Yeah,
or
but
what
they
was
had rumored to like pump crowd noise in
Yeah.
on the speakers.
That was your boy Peyton.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
Hey, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Peyton Manning.
Interrupting Peyton.
Omaha! I had that one written down for quarterbacks.
That was really good. That's really good. That was really good.
Thank you.
Everyone at Geehaw is really loud, but they're just drunk. Is that what you're saying?
I do actually call it Geehaw because of all the times you've called it Geehaw.
Yeah, well, Geehaw, if you don't know, GEHA stands for Government. What is it? Oh my God, it's so stupid. I wrote it. Government Employees Health Association. Got a nice ring to it, Chiefs fans. What kind of soulless bullshit is that? I mean, I know Empower is not.
Yeah, this is our Empower Field at Mile High. The Empower Field, or Empower the company, is basically like the world's largest retirement plan company. But you know what else had a retirement plan based on it?
What?
Bountygate from Sean Payton's old days with the Saints. Okay.
I'm
trying to retire people left and right.
And he almost got retired himself, but he's back.
And then he got a movie
with a vengeance.
The only good thing about that movie was that Kevin James made Sean Payton look really skinny.
I don't think Sean Payton would like that relative to the movie that he saw.
That's a really good Sean
Yeah,
Payton.
look, listen, players come and players go, but relative to other players, we're always going to play.
We're gonna play.
You want to?
Oh, yeah. Okay. City.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a lot for these. Contrary to what my father believes, I didn't move here because Denver's known as Member, okay? I didn't. Did you know his name was Member?
I did know it was Member. For some people who don't know how to
Yeah.
meet girls, I guess. But look, the Kansas City, and we were talking about this upstairs.
Yeah.
There's 2 Kansas Cities, right? Is it in Missouri or is it in Kansas?
Yes.
So you're saying we're not in Kansas anymore?
Oh,
When
we
you
got it out. He got a Wizard of Oz reference.
when you get over there, look.
Also, what about your GPS? I don't know if you're in Kansas or not.
I mean, have you ever been to? You've been to downtown Kansas City.
I have.
Right? I mean, if you haven't, just find an abandoned brick building. Imagine a bunch of those in a row, and that's downtown Kansas City. It's a really charming place.
Charming.
But the barbecue, right? Barbecue.
Barbecue's great.
If your only redeeming quality is smoked meats, people, leave. Okay, leave. Kansas City's known as the city of fountains.
Yes, it
You
is.
knew that. Most people didn't. With over 200 fountains, guys, second only to Rome, Italy. It makes sense to have so many fountains in a place like Kansas City where the only possible way to end your misery is to wish. Just throw a coin
Throw a
in,
penny in there.
and wish that your problems will be taken away. But they won't because you live in Kansas City.
Yeah.
How is the real estate market in Kansas City?
It's cheaper than this shithole.
1,000 square
Dude,
feet
no, it's cheaper than this place.
per
That's probably
dollar.
well, I live here. What am I doing?
What do you think about Denver?
I actually love Denver. I do. I live here. The comedy scene's great. The scenery. I don't hike or anything, but it's 300 days of sun, and so I'm good with that. But like the thing about Denver is they call themselves a Mile High city. Yet everywhere you go, if you're at Coors Field, do you know where you have to be in Coors Field to be 5,280 feet up? You're like nosebleeds up by the lights.
Is that right?
It's not really the Mile High.
Are you sure about
and
that?
Also, you guys call yourself the Queen of the Plains. But you claim the Rockies too. Which is it? Is it the Plains or is it the Rockies? Okay, I feel like
No one calls it the Queen of the Plains.
Denver's just the end of the Midwest. I'm sorry, this is a Midwest city.
Yeah.
You know what's in the mountains? Golden and everything else.
Why did you settle here in Denver?
The comedy scene. The comedy scene's great. Come see me perform all over town and all over Colorado. I'm really good.
Do you have? I think one thing that we didn't get to was team history, or did we do?
Oh,
do
no.
that one?
What?
Yeah, you
I
got
still have more to say about Denver.
Talk more about Denver.
Well, because like I do love the fact that you guys have Chipotle.
Yeah.
But like, if you wanted me to describe the food scene here with just one word, it'd be bad.
Really?
Bad.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't need green chilies. I just don't need it on everything. I don't know what that is even. I don't know what a green chili is.
You don't know what green chili is?
It's like a soup. It could be like a sauce. It can be everything. It's very versatile, but it's like this town, like it's just like Chipotle and Crocs. That's what Denver is. Chipotle and Crocs. It's basically diarrhea and shoes for virgins. That's what Denver does.
Wow.
I know. I'm coming hard.
That's why you're here.
I'm coming hard.
But you lost your virginity here, didn't you?
I did.
So I guess
I lost my virginity in Denver.
it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Team history, I know we didn't have that here, but I do want to talk about team history because if you're not talking about Patrick Mahomes, you're not talking about Travis Kelce, who are the best players in the history of the Chiefs organization? And you can't say the guys who were better elsewhere and then went to the Chiefs and made them good.
Well, easy. We got Derek Thomas. Okay, we have Neil Smith, who started here, and then you guys poached him.
He's pretty good.
He's very good. But still, I mean, we can name off like all the guys. Like you mentioned Dante Hall. I want to say this one just be funny. Todd Blackledge. Okay, he was our number 1 pick in '82. Okay.
Yeah. How many Hall of Famers do you guys have?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you know?
I'm gonna say 10.
10.
Yeah.
And can you name any of them?
I mean, when we get into like the 70s, like the
Because are they household names like John Elway, and like Shannon Sharp, and like Champ Bailey, okay? And like, well, I know Rod Smith isn't a Hall of Famer, but he should be.
He should
and like Carl Mecklenburg's not even a Hall of Famer, but he should be.
He should
Randy Gradishar, right?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, did I say him? Von Miller.
He's not
will
going
be.
in as a Bronco.
John Lynch.
You cannot claim him as a Bronco.
Why does he live here? Why does he live here?
Because he does. Well, he likes Cherry Creek. Right?
Why does he? Chicken parm, tastes so good. Why does he? Green chili, I
rename
like
the
on my
team.
burrito.
The Denver Broncos is too generic. You need to name the team something that like is more Denver-centric, like the Cherry Creek Cougars or something like that. Like you got to like the Denver IPAs or just other.
Do you like IPAs?
No, they're filling. They're too filling for my little tummy.
You can't drink all day if you drink IPAs, can you?
Yeah, not at all. You got to just stick with Coors Light, Denver.
So what are they drinking at Geha?
Boulevard wheats.
Okay.
We got a lot of it's Missouri, so they have the Anheuser-Busch stuff over there too. They got the Bud Lights, the Budweisers, and the Bud Seltzers.
Well, I'll tell you, in the pantheon of greats for each team, John Elway, more yards than Patrick Mahomes. All right, let's be honest.
That's true.
Terrell Davis.
That's like saying that Bo Nix played more games as a rookie than Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, he's still got 20,000 yards to catch up. John Elway is one of the 50,000 yarder guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's got 51,000 career yards. Patrick Mahomes, yeah, what is he, 29?
I'm sure he's on track for it.
He's on track, but not when he's, oh, my ankle, dude, my ankle, my hip. I can't
Still playing,
finish
baby.
the game. All right, do you know who your leading rusher of all time is?
Leading rusher of all time? It's got to be Jamal Charles.
It
right?
is Jamal Charles, who's a full 17 touchdowns shy of Terrell Davis. And Terrell Davis.
Jamal played on some bad teams, though.
Yeah.
Those are like the Javon Belcher days, which are not.
Javon Belcher days. I didn't want to go there, but that's a troublesome era in the Chiefs' lore. Well, both of these franchises are storied franchises.
Well, kind of. Like we were both AFL, but do you know like the Denver Broncos had the worst record of
Yeah,
any
in the
AFL
60s,
team?
in the early 70s.
You guys are like that kid in the class project or like the group project that doesn't do shit, but then still gets an A for the group effort. We carried you into the NFL.
Oh, the Chiefs did?
That's what we did. That's what we did.
Yeah, and then that kid ended up, being successful in his life, and the kid who carried him in just like kind of.
Different stages. You guys hit puberty first, okay? It's just that's what it was.
And so you're on a run right now, and you're feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel
good.
like anything is going to take you off of this high horse. You think it's going to last forever.
I'll just lose like the Chargers.
But it's
or
not.
Something.
It's not going to last forever because everything comes crashing down eventually. And this weekend.
Why does that have to be so violent?
This weekend might be that time.
Think so?
The Broncos getting up to Yeehaw to face the Chiefs. It's 8-0. I want you guys to make sure you tune in because we're going to have a watch-along. We're going to be sitting over there watching this game. I'll be in my Broncos gear. This guy, oh my gosh. What is he doing there?
That's Mahomes as Lynn Dawson.
Smoking a cigarette?
So I think it's either a cigarette or a blunt. But he
Yeah.
doesn't smoke weed, so it doesn't really make sense.
No, he doesn't, because Patrick Mahomes is a dork. All right, hey, that's it for us on Dumb Jock. Tune in on Sunday. We're going to do a watch-along. He's Scott Shaffer. I'm Nate Jackson. Guerrilla Sports. See you guys next time.